welcome to today's video, which is going to be a little different than what I usually do because I'm just going to have like a chat with you guys, you know? We're like over half the way through the year. Everyone's just going through a lot at the moment, and yeah, let me know in the comments below. How are you doing? Have you been up to much lately? Like, I genuinely like to reply to you guys, so let me know in the comments, and in this video I'll tell you what I've been going through. One thing you may have seen recently is Minnie did this. So we will be talking today about why that happened and how the girls have been doing over the ovulation period, and if you're going through something similar with your girls, what to do. But we are going to be feeding all the geckos in here, including Mr. Diego, and on today's menu is crickets. Now, recently I've discovered, after all of these years, crickets love romaine lettuce, or sometimes even little gem will work, and they'll go for a leaf a day. Sometimes it doesn't even last that, and not only are they nice and plump, but they're lasting longer. And what I have found is I've had to clean them out, because as you'll probably see on the cardboard, you get bits of poop and it starts to smell. So I have to change out those cardboard pieces. Sometimes I have to change out the substrate in there. Like, they are lasting a long time, which is a great thing. And they're nice and gut loaded. So Diego, should we get you some food? Now of course Diego never has to worry about his weight. He is a chunky gecko. Earlier this year I did do a video about overweight or obese geckos, and how Diego managed to lose some weight. So definitely check out that video if you haven't already. But crickets are one of those feeders that you can feed often with your geckos. They tend to be fairly healthy. I know some people prefer dubia roaches. I've tried to breed them before, but at the time my geckos just weren't that interested, so I never really went back. They were a little bit harder to look after than any of the other feeders. Maybe one day I'll go back there. They did like calciworms at one point. That's a healthy thing you can feed your geckos, but they turn into black soldier flies, which I hate. This is a bit of a last minute video. If you're a patron of mine, you may already know why I've had to quickly put a video like this up. I did have something else planned, and literally 2 days before it's meant to go up, I was told I couldn't put it up. So it's been one of those days, you know, when you're just like, if someone does one more thing, I'm just gonna cry or rage or scream. That's how I'm feeling today. So it was not the best time to tell me I couldn't put my video up. To top things off, my battery just died. Just after Maui caught a cricket, so now he's at the back of the tank. It's one of those days, you know? Oh, I heard something. I don't know if you can hear that, but he is munching. As you can see, this is not doing great, but what I will say is putting plants in pots has been so much easier to water. I don't know if you saw in the back of Diego's tank, let me just show you. But like, look how big his aloe vera's got. The last time I had an aloe vera in a tank, it just went like smushy and died, whereas that's in a pot and it's doing really well. So it's very tempting to put something like that in the other geckos' tanks, and maybe replace this calyx grass, because this one isn't doing so well. These are alright, but still a bit dry. Now for Minnie. So if you saw that video, the little YouTube short, don't come out Minnie, you're like really high up. One sec. Yeah, if you see that YouTube short, you may have seen that Minnie bit my arm. And the reason being is she suddenly got her appetite back. Now recently, obviously the ovulation period, they don't eat as much. We'll get onto Gizmo in a minute because it's been a whole different story. But I think it was last month I noticed she had dropped a bit of weight, but I couldn't find any eggs in her tank. Then as I was cleaning her poop, because she poops up on her ledge, as I was cleaning that out, I found an egg, and there's only one egg. I haven't found the second one anywhere, so maybe she did just lay the one. But, so that sort of explains why she suddenly lost weight. She still was eating occasionally, but not very much, and she was losing a lot of weight. That's kind of to be expected. Sometimes they just won't eat at all. But that day that I filmed her when she bit my arm, she was going for everything. Like, just any shadow, any movement, because obviously she's got that dodgy eye on this side, so her vision isn't always great, and when she's hungry she is ferocious, and that did hurt. I mean, it didn't break the skin or anything, but obviously it's not pleasant for something to just bite your skin. So what I've been doing with Minnie, because she did lose quite a bit of weight, as she does most years, and she was really enthusiastic about food, I have actually been feeding her every day or every 2 days. Usually with adults I say every 3 to 4 days, but honestly when your girls are recovering from ovulation period and they've lost a lot of weight and they suddenly have their appetite back, embrace it. Though we are near the end of the season now, so she probably won't ovulate anymore, there's always a chance she'll go off her food again, and so I want to make the most of this time. And some days, like, she could have her crickets, but then she might have a Mario World on the side, because it's just like that's how much she's eating at the moment. I guess she's done now because she has left us. And finally Gizmo, if she'll come out and grace us with her presence. Sometimes she does stay hidden until the first feeder goes in. But Gizmo has actually not gone off her food once. This year she is a healthy weight, she is chunky. I think she lost a little bit of weight, nowhere near as much as she usually would. I honestly think if there is such thing as a gecko menopause, she has gone through it, and I absolutely love that for her, because my goodness, it is horrible every year seeing your girls go through that. So I don't know if she's going to come out. She might be somewhere else in her tank right now. Hi Giz! And the crazy thing is, Gizmo is going to be 16 years old next month. Some of my viewers aren't even as old as her. Like, I suddenly thought the other day how crazy it is that some people were born during the time like YouTube's already been a thing. I remember the first ever YouTube video I watched was the Titanic 2 trailer, which was like a parody trailer. That's my earliest memory of YouTube, and it suddenly dawned on me that some people have only known YouTube to exist. Sorry, I am rambling. As I said, it's been one of those days, so feel free to have a little ramble in the comments below. And if anyone's struggling, you know, leave them a nice message, because sometimes we need that. But I'm sure Gizmo is going to catch these. I think it's mainly Minnie that I have to hand feed. The rest manage to catch the food on their own, even if they're not doing it in this video. Oh, Gizmo's after something. So yeah, as I said, there was meant to be a video up today. It got cancelled last minute, because it's a, you know, like a paid sponsorship as well, so it has to be right. And so I figured, you know, I've got to feed the geckos anyway, just as well film it, share it with you, and have a little chat, you know, sometimes we just need it. So I hope you've enjoyed this sort of style video. It's a little bit different. If you have, please leave a like, but thank you for watching guys, and goodbye.